Good morning, everybody. This is Amy at Mystic Fitness Yoga Studio with our Saturday morning power class. I'm here with a few other yogis and yoginis, offering the best that we have for a super powerful, happy yoga class all together. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Oh, I wanted to show you something. Hang on a second. Sorry to leave you like that. We have these incredible, super duper silicone mask brackets, and I would recommend these for everybody. These go underneath your cloth mask or your paper mask. They help keep the mask a distance from your nose and your mouth, and they're super duper for any aerobic exercise. So there's a link on our Facebook page to order these from Amazon, and I would recommend these. All right. Other than that, have a great class. The yogis and yoginis are all either lying on their backs now or they're in child's pose. So you choose whichever you like better to start connecting to your breath. Let's see. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to lie on my back today. Stretch out nice and long. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe setting an intention for your practice, or maybe just letting it go any which way it wants to go. Whether you're in child's pose or lying down on your back, we'll all just come to seated. Whatever position, seated position is comfortable for you. Hands in prayer at heart center or one hand over the other on your heart. We'll start with the sacred sound of Om all together. Inhale. Om. Enjoy your practices. Have a great time. Students, let's start on our hands and knees in tabletop, please. Inhale, arching your spine to a cow position. And exhale, rounding. Angry cat. And inhale, we arch. And exhale, we round. Just going, alternating between arching and rounding, cows and cats, nice and soft and gentle. And then expanding your range of motion, so maybe circling the body, planting hands and knees. And changing directions of those circles. Just loosening the hip joints in their sockets. Listening to your body, taking a little scan. How are you feeling this morning? Maybe taking a little upward dog and a little child's pose back and forth. Just softly moving. And coming back to tabletop proper with hands planted, flat back, and just turning your head from one side to the other side, just giving your neck a nice little twist. I'm going to face the yogis. And then we'll open up our shoulders. So right arm lifts up, inhale and reach. Big breath, guys. And exhale and thread under. And just hold that. Option to add a little balance. Left leg can extend and lift. Good. If you raise the left leg, please bring it down now. Unthread your right arm. Right arm lifts up, inhaling. And exhale, right hand floats down. Let's try the other side. Left arm lifts up. Breathe in. Breathe out and thread. Stay here, or option to extend the right leg and maybe lift it. Beautiful. Bring your leg down. Unthread your left arm. Inhale, lifting it up. And exhale, float it down. I'd like to turn you around now. So from your tabletop onto your back, please. Lying with your head facing the front and your feet facing the back, we'll just do a gentle wind relieving pose. Your entire body flat on the floor. And then the right knee comes up. Interlace your fingers. Press your shin. Bring your right thigh just to the right of your rib cage. Nothing intense, please. Just softly pressing. Raise that leg. So we're going to straighten it out. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Flex your right foot. Gently bring your right thigh closer to your chest. And then just bend the knee and extend the leg. So bending and extending. Just super soft stuff. Okay, guys, one more time. Wind relieving, gently pressing. My favorite lower back exercise, we'll bring our right knee out to the right. Press the right heel down as you lengthen through the right leg. Rotate your right leg inward. Good. Knee comes up. Knee drops out. Straighten leg. Rotate inward. So just take some of those nice leg circles. Take them slowly. Okay, guys, we're going to try the other side. So relax that right leg. Interlace your fingers. Let's squeeze that left shin. Wind relieving on the left side. Breathe. And then take your fingers, interlace them behind your thigh, and let's straighten the left leg, or at least lengthen it. Flexing that left foot. We're just going to bend and lengthen. We'll bend and lengthen. Bend, lengthen. One more time. Make sure you're breathing. Okay. One more time with wind relieving, interlacing those fingers. We squeeze. Then open the knee out to the left for that nice lower back exercise as you circle the leg. Up, out, down, and in. Also a great way to just gauge how you're feeling. How's your body doing today? And I'd like to get right into some core work. How do you guys feel about that? Yay. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I love it. Let's do it. Okay, so I take the 9 a.m.s every day with all the different teachers, and this exercise stood out to me this week. I believe it was Erin's class, knees above hips, and our calves are at a 90-degree angle from our thighs, best that you can. And then she said, take your hands and let's press against the thighs. So it's going to be intra-body resistance, yes? We're going to take the heels of our hands and press against our thighs. Now, when you do this, I don't want any arch in that lower back, okay? So please, lower back is flat on the floor. That's what makes this so challenging. Belly draws down, mula bandha. That's all those muscles in the lower core strong as can be, okay? And you're going to press your thighs away from you, and the thighs are going to press the hands toward you. And we stay here, students, for 30 seconds. Breathe. I've got the timer on. Breathe. Remember, no arch in that lower back, please. Don't stick your booty out. Pelvis is tilted. Breathe. Ten more seconds. Awesome. Bring the thighs toward you. Squeeze. How did that feel? Felt good? Okay, so this is wind relieving now with both legs. You can wrap your arms around your shins, or if that's not available to you, one hand on each shin. Squeeze. Okay, the second part of that Erin brought in this week was again setting up with knees over hips, calves parallel to the floor. Then she had us raise our fingertips above our shoulders. Almost dead bug pose, but not quite. Make sure that lower back is flat on the floor. I want you to drop your left leg straight down toward the floor and drop your right arm above your head on the floor. Okay? And then you're going to change. So right arm up, left leg up, left arm down, right leg down. And you're going to alternate these. You find your pace. You feel that belly drawing in and down the whole time. Find your zone. Fifteen more seconds. Okay, and squeeze. How do you like that one? Woo! One hand on each knee, students. Stir your knees, drawing them towards your chest and away from your chest. Okay, here's your second set. First, the resistance, the intra-body resistance move. So knees above hips, calves parallel to the floor, hands on the thighs. Keep those beautiful 90-degree angles between belly and thighs, thighs and calves, tops of feet to calves. Okay, press with your hands. This time we're going for 60 seconds. Go. Breathe. Make sure your shoulders are on the ground. Breath's coming in and out. Our hands are pushing the thighs. Thighs are pushing the hands. Breathe. Halfway through. "15 seconds to go." Are you trembling? You should be. And release. Option to take your two-legged wind relieving pose or to stir the knees, one hand on each knee, stirring them open and closed towards your chest and away from your chest. What I really want you to focus on is that lower back. It is pressed firmly and flatly into the floor. Let's set up for the second part of this, okay? Knees over hips, calves parallel to the floor, arms up in the air. Okay. As you extend the left leg down, the right arm reaches. And take it away. Go your pace. Thirty more seconds. 15 to go. 5 seconds. You guys rocked it. Great job. Grab those shins or the knees. Bring your thighs close to you. Belly draws in. Stirring those knees. Just opening that lower back. And just letting out a nice big sigh and a big smile. One other posture I'd like to try, I saw this week in the Runner's World newsletter, and I thought I want to bring it in this week. So legs up in the air, flex your feet, point your toes, and slowly lower your legs down. This is not the posture. This is just the transition. This is the posture. Roll over onto your right side. Place your elbow underneath your shoulder. Forearm parallel to the width edge of your mat. Stacking those legs. We're going to put the left hand on the hip and pulse the hips up and down as high or low as you wish. If this is not your thing today, option to take leg lifts. Remember the old-fashioned, well, we'll talk about old-fashioned, the old Jane Fonda / Jennifer Beals leg warmers over the knees. Here we go, leg lifts and or hip lifts, or you can alternate. Have fun with it, guys. If you're at home, maybe you're playing your favorite record album, CD, or maybe you're streaming some sort of music. Okay, 3 more. I sort of like alternating these. You did great. You're going to roll over to the other side, okay? I'm going to swing over. Maybe you have a stronger side, left side versus right. I'm a lefty. Here we go. Up. 30 more seconds. 15. Last 2. All right, guys, you did so awesome. How do you feel? Pretty good? We're going to take a banana stretch now. So lower yourself slowly down. We'll bring the feet to the lower left corner of the mat, the hips to the right edge of your mat, the upper body to the upper left corner, and just let the right side body stretch. Maybe your heart rate's coming down. 2 shoulders on the floor, please. Both glutes on the floor, right and left. Okay, let's switch sides. We can go deeper later. Hips to the other side of your mat. Feet to the lower right-hand corner, upper body to the upper right-hand corner. Stretch. Breathe. And if you'd like a little bit more fire before we leave our abs, you can come back to center. Bring those knees up in the air again for me. Arms up. Right arm extends, left leg extends, taking it. Finishing up our sequence with just a little more fire. Pull that belly in and down. In this studio, we've got a love train going. People all over the world join hands. Start a love train. Alrighty, stretch it out or grab your shins, whatever's going to prime you well for what's to come. I say push your heels up, point your toes, flex your feet, and as slowly as you can, lower those legs down. Stretch out long in stick pose, inhale. And please, it's a slow Pilates. Roll up from here, vertebra by vertebra. Use those deep core muscles to rise. And find that nice forward fold. I use a strap. I wrap the strap around the bottoms of my feet and just stretch. Quite a nice way to start a class. Breathe in and out. Good work, everybody. Good work. Okay. Release that forward fold. You can sweep your legs behind you. Bring your hands in front of you. Coming back to your tabletop position. Let's arch. Let's round. Tuck your toes under. Come to your first downward facing dog of this beautiful Saturday morning. Start walking that dog. Press one heel at a time into the ground. Bend one knee at a time. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Taking rolling planks here, students. The knees drop to a hover from down dog. And you roll forward into your high plank. Let's try it. Hips up, knees drop, belly draws in, lower back is rounded. Use those quads to propel forward with control, high plank. Try several of these. Hips up, knees drop. I'm going to take this sideways just to show you exactly what's going on here. Hips up, knees drop, high plank. Really working those inner quads. Oh, I love this. I got something new I'd like to try. Again, right out of Runner's World. When you're in your high plank, I'm not sure I can do this, but I hope the yogis and yoginis here and at home can do this. Let's see, high plank. So find your plank. Shoulders above wrists. Squeeze the thighs. Right foot steps forward. And this is a leg lift. Left leg lifts. Left leg comes down. Stepping back to that high plank, right foot steps back. So left foot now steps. Right leg comes forward. Knee lift. Step it back. Left leg steps back, high plank. Right foot forward. Balance in that right leg. Left knee comes up. Isn't that beautiful? Right foot steps back. Left foot steps forward. Weight goes into left leg. Right knee lifts. So I'm getting cut off from the camera, but you can see the beautiful yoginis behind me doing this posture with so much grace and elegance and integrity. You guys like this? Good job, Mary Ellen. You can go as fast or slow as you wish. I prefer to go slowly, but I've seen this done really fast too. Let's try a few more. One more on each side and we will meet each other in standing position. So let's see, I'm on right leg forward, left knee lifts, back down. I got one more to do. Ooh, mama. And find yourself in standing. Ha. Let's see if that's going to work. Great job, everybody. How do you feel? You like that one? I love it. I absolutely love that. Okay, let's take some balancing. We've worked the core, the upper body. Now we're going to work these legs with core. So weight into that left foot. Interlace those fingers. Let's grab that right shin for a standing wind removing pose. Shoulders draw back. Pay attention to your form. Left glute is strong and solid. Squeeze, lift, breathe. Circle that right ankle a little. Let's not forget about our ankles. Beautiful, Nataraja. If you can, try to gaze to your left. Very hard to do that. Back to your center. Bring that leg back to center. Keep it up there, okay? Hey, remember when we laid down and we pressed that thigh away from us with our hands? We're going to try that here too. Press it down, let the thigh press up, squeeze. Breathe. Okay, hands on the hips, ready to kick out 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, well done. Take it into airplane. Fly it behind you. So airplane, think of it like a balancing upward dog. All right, airplane, your chest is lifted. This is different from warrior 3. Warrior 3, you're looking at the floor and your chest is parallel to the floor. Airplane is more of a lifted chest. Very hard to do this. Breathe. In airplane, can you lift the right heel just an inch or two? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautifully done. Come to your landing. Roll out those shoulders. How about separating the feet a little bit and just taking a couple of little turns? Actually, what I love doing with my arms is really bringing them in. So the right arm slaps toward you, left hand catches it, and then change. And just do a few of these. And if you're ready, we're going to take the other side. Right foot plants, interlace those fingers, left shin comes on up, squeeze, circle that left ankle. Let's open her up to Nataraja. If you can, you gaze to the right. Back to your center. Intra-body resistance as you press down on that thigh. And then hands come on hips for 10 kickouts. Did we do 10 or 5, guys? 5. Oh, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, fly it high. Airplane, chest is lifted, gaze is forward. Very different from warrior 3 position. Breathe. Fly high above those clouds, through the rainbows, over the mountains. And when you're ready, you come in for that smooth landing. Option to swing those arms. You guys did great. Grab your drinks if you want. I think I wanted to do goddess. So heels come in, feet are kind of separated here, and you can tilt the pelvis, bend your knees, and just kind of come down a little bit. And breathe. Pay attention to your form. And if we extend the arms out, I like doing one of Kat's Tai Chi moves. She does Moon River here, which I'm really enamored of. So first, we're going to take that left hand, drop it. Right arm reaches up and over. Good. If this is better for you with straight legs, by all means, straighten those legs. And then the left arm comes under the right. So like you're holding a great big moon over your head. And that moon, we're going to circle all the way, full 360 degrees, until you come back to your original spot. We'll go the other direction. And then we'll open up our arms. Here's your river part. Fingers come together, cross over, and then they open up wide again. Okay, right hand on right thigh, left arm lifts up, right arm underneath to meet it. Here's 2 phases of the moon. 1, reverse direction. Don't even know you're working your thighs. Open up to river. Go across that river. Reopen. I'll take it one more time. Left. Right arm up. Left arm under it. 2 phases of the moon. 1. 2. Open up to your river. Let's cross. Open. Right arm down, left arm up. Reach. Last 2 phases of the moon. 1. Other direction. We'll open up that river. Cross. Open. All right, how about straightening out those legs? Oy vey. Stay in 5-pointed star if you can. If you have your block available, place it in your left hand. We're pushing off to balancing half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. If you don't have a block, use your water bottle or any sort of, if you're at home, you can use a book. You're going to push off, coming into your balancing half moon position. Stack those shoulders. It's true that no matter what's going on around you, you can find your peace and your calm, your circle of quiet, just by breathing. Two more breaths. Beautiful work. 5-pointed star. I'm going to switch the block. And we're going half moon in the other direction. Breathe. Two more breaths. Well done, everybody. Come on down. You guys did great. Quad stretch here. So weight goes into the left leg. You'll reach back with both hands for your right foot or ankle from behind. Reaching back. Bringing thighs together. Knee points down. Pull the quad downward. So really stretch through that right thigh. Heel towards your buttock. I actually press my thigh back. So if you'd like to do that, just keep it in track. So we don't want it way out to the right. You want it pointing downward, but back if you can. I'm going to show a side view of that. I like to use both hands so that I can get a chest stretch here. Well done. Let's release that leg. You can kind of send it in front of you and behind you, swing it a little bit. And we'll try the other side. So weight goes into the right leg. Reach back with both hands for the left foot and ankle. So you really cradle that foot in your hands. Point the left knee straight down. Tilt your pelvis underneath you. As you pull your thigh downward, you'll be able to bring your left heel closer to your buttock. Shoulders draw back. Nice form, students. Beautiful. And then you can push that thigh back a little. Now I'm staying upright. Up to you. I'm pushing my hips forward, my thigh back, and my rib cage is right above my hips. If you would like to hinge on the standing hip, you certainly may. But I'm leaving this just at a thigh and hip flexor stretch. Two more breaths. All right, fantastico. Well done, guys. Well done. You can swing that leg forward and back if that's a nice sensation for you. I'm going to get my blocks and set them up in front of me the tall way, just in case we take a little Parsvottanasana after our tree pose. So here's your tree, arms at your sides. A lot of options here for tree. You can start with figure 4. I actually prefer to start this way. The Bishna Ghosh tree, which is the figure 4 with the heel on the front of your thigh, of your standing thigh. You flexible types, you get it right up there in that hip crease. Not me. Either way, it's just perfect. It's the right thing. And tilt the pelvis. Hold the leg, or you can play with your arms in different places. Once you feel a nice hip opener there, you can take it to a vinyasa or a power tree, bringing your heel on the inside of your thigh or calf. Or maybe today your tree has 2 solid roots and both feet are on the floor. That's a beautiful tree also. Feel free to move any which way you feel like moving. Transcend. What we'll do, the release from our tree is going to be your Parsvottanasana pyramid pose. You'll release the right foot behind you. About 1.5 feet behind you, maybe a little larger. Hands on hips, flat back as you hinge slowly forward. Option to keep your back flat, and this is the stretch. Stretching the back calf muscle and the top backs of your thighs. Or you can add a spine stretch here by bending the front knee a little, bringing your chin to your chest, rounding your lower, middle, and upper back. In Dandayamana Vibhaktapada Janyusharasana, standing head to knee pose, standing separate leg head to knee pose. And then pulling deeply into your core muscles, belly towards spine, as you raise yourselves back up, either from rounded spine to straight spine, or if you stayed in pyramid, it would be a flat back, and you just unhinge. Back foot steps forward to meet the front one. Well done, guys. Let's try the other side with our tree pose. So starting with the figure 4, left heel on the right thigh. And I don't want anybody sinking into the joints. So don't sass that right hip. Right hip is stacked above right knee. If you play with the hands, if you press them against each other, again, intra-body resistance, it's going to force the abdominals to work harder. Woo! All right. Finding your power vinyasa tree. Heel comes on the inside of your thigh, or calf, or the floor. Transcend. Meditate. Tree releases into Parshivattanasana. Left heel comes behind you. Hands on hips as you start to descend, flat back. And then you decide, hey, I want to curve my spine now, or I'm going to stay right here in my pyramid. If you're taking Dandayamana Vibhaktapada Janyusharasana, you start rounding and tucking. Squeeze. Good. Rise up. Use your deep core muscles. Erin calls it the front spine chain. Once you're upright, that back foot steps forward to meet the front foot. Okay, inhale, circle, sweep. Good idea, Karina. Let's bring hands into steeple. So we did all that side ab work when we were in that plank on our elbow, and then we did banana pose on the floor. But I'd like to take Ardha Chandrasana standing. This is also called half moon. It's a little different from the balancing half moon that we did a little earlier. So this one is just a side stretch. Hips push forward, shoulders draw back. Inhale, breathe, and lift. Exhale, bring your upper body up and over to the right side. Option here to raise that left leg. And then sweep the left leg behind the right, finding your bookend position. Try to keep both hips parallel to the plane of the front of your room. Keeping the arch in the upper body, unsweep that leg, open it, restore it, and then bring your upper body back to center. Good. Hips push forward, shoulders draw back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over to the left. Ardha Chandrasana. If and when you feel ready to balance on one leg, maybe that right leg lifts. And maybe it finds its place behind the left leg in a little crisscross bookends position. Breathe. Beautiful. See if you can't lift that right leg back out, down. Bring your torso back to center and let those arms float down slowly. Rolling your shoulders forward and back. And separating your heels a little bit, just a little. We'll bring our knees together and do some knee circles. And I like to take the knife edges of my hands and just kind of warm up the edges of my kneecaps. And then bring knees together and find my knee circles one direction and the other. Okay. Take it to the top of the mat, my dears. We're going to lie down on our bellies. So inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the ground, halfway lift. Step back to that high plank for me. Next week, again, we will practice those plank step-ups. I adore them. You want to add one more? Just one on each side? Was that a sure? Okay. Right foot steps, just so we build some muscle memory. Left knee comes up, down. Right foot steps back, left foot steps. So the more you practice something, the more embedded into your routine it becomes and the less daunting. Here's your high plank, belly draws in, hold that plank, hold it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling forward on the toes, elbows draw in toward midline of body, lower down, and surrender. Tops of feet flat on the floor. We'll place left ear on the ground, and you face your head to the right. You guys at home keeping up with us? It's quite the morning. It's freezing cold here in New England. So it feels really nice in this hot studio. All right. You can windshield wiper the legs. That might feel pretty cool. Make your bed. Make your sweet little comfy bed. The hardest things for me getting out of bed in the morning, it's so cozy, and leaving the dinner table. I can't bring myself to leave that dinner table. Just to give your neck an even stretch, maybe right ear on the floor and head faces to the left. We took some quad stretches while we were standing. Here's the same thing lying down. I want your face in the mat though. Okay, so again, we're keeping that straight line of the torso. Reach back for your right foot and ankle, one piece in each hand. Stretch the thigh to the back of the room. And bring your heel toward your hiney. Let's pick the thigh up if possible. Make sure the front of your hip bone is on the floor. Just stretching your thigh and your hip flexor here. Release. Let's try the other side. Left knee bends. Thighs come together. And raise the thigh if you can. Breathe. Lower your thigh down. Arms wherever they serve you. And just circle those heels. Let's take our chest stretch. You're going to extend your right arm out to the right. Two options here. One, use your left hand to roll over onto the right side of your body. Or for half serpent, you're going to raise your left thigh, bend your left knee, lift it, and use momentum through that leg to roll yourself over. What a gorgeous stretch this is. Okay, let's roll out carefully. Now the left arm will extend. Two different ways to roll over onto the left side. I like to raise my right heel, raise my right thigh, and then try to use leg momentum to push myself over. This is a chest stretch. Okay, carefully unroll. This is such a valuable stretch, guys. I cannot impact on you enough the importance of chest stretching. Take a back strengthener here. It's called full locust position. The arms stay out to the sides, the big toes together so they touch. Squeeze through your thighs nice and firmly. Empty your body with an exhale. So let's make the body light by releasing all the air. And then inhale, fill it up and rise. Bringing those shoulder blades together and thighs lifting, chest lifts. This is your airplane. And remember, we did this while we were standing and that chest was lifted. Middle back getting a great strength training workout. Bring your hands behind you if you can. Interlace the fingers. If not, maybe grab a face cloth or a strap and squeeze those shoulder blades like you're juicing out the shoulder blades. We've done a lot of core, but if you're still hungry for more, stay up there, release the hands in front of you, and take a little swim, fluttering the straight legs and fluttering the straight arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautifully done. Hands under your shoulders, okay? When you roll shoulders down, you'll feel your fingernails. Elbows pointing up, tops of feet glued to the ground. Press the pubic bone into the floor. Weight goes into the lower body, please. We rise up for cobra position. Try to use those deep inner core muscles to rise. Lower back getting a nice strength training exercise here. And lower on down. Twice more. Inhale, engage the glutes, engage the quads. And down. Once more. Good. We'll push up with our hands, please. And you can either crawl forward on the knees or backward on the hands. And this is called fixed firm position, separating the heels just wide enough so that your hips can go in between them. If that's impossible for you, then heels together and you can sit on top of the heels. Okay? If you can separate them, great. If you'd like, take a block, and that can be a nice little chair for you. And then reach back through your body if you can. Flexible types will be able to lie all the way back. Me, I stay right here. Quads getting a beautiful stretch. Very good. If that heart is pumping and beating loudly to you, you're making it much more efficient so it can carry you through all kinds of situations, especially the difficult ones. It's not that life is getting harder, it's that we're getting stronger. Okay, that feels pretty good to me. Come on out, take your time. I think we'll lie down now on our backs. You guys ready for that? Okay. Let's see, starting with the reclining half pigeon position. Bring your ankle, right ankle over your left thigh. Figure 4, just like we did standing, only this time Our leg is bent and we're reclining. Take a block if you have it and gently push your right thigh away from you. I like using the block because then the rest of my body completely relaxes. My hands are the only things working here. Is your chin tucked to your chest so that that back of the neck is nice and flat? We began our practice with some leg raises, stretching, straight legs up in the air. We're going to refine that stretch now. So we'll return to this hip opener in a moment. But for right now, take your strap or your hands behind your thigh and raise the right leg. Flex your right foot. Toes pointing to the midline of your body for a nice hamstring stretch. Then we're going to rotate the limb inward so the big toe points to the left shoulder. Keep your right foot flexed. Now you see my left leg is flat on the floor. You can either keep it straight on the floor or bend the knee, whichever feels better for you. Okay, let's point the toe now to the right shoulder. So you're going to rotate the limb outward. It still stays above your hip though. It's not out to the side. It's just pointing sideways. Stretching the outer hamstrings. Breathe into it. With that outward rotation now, you can resume your half pigeon position or your figure four. Might feel a little easier. Bend that knee, place it on your left thigh, press your right thigh away from you. Can add a little bit of a spinal twist here. Drop the left thigh down. Keep the right ankle on top of the left thigh to help weight it down unless that's too intense. And the leg configuration drops to the right. You can spread your arms. You can look over left shoulder. Make sure you're breathing. Gently returning back to center. And we will switch out legs. Okay, guys? So the right foot comes on the floor. The left ankle comes over that right thigh. You can take your block and gently press the left thigh away. That's just a little teaser. Now we put the strap around the foot and straighten the leg out, stretching our hamstrings. Big toe points to midline of body first. Then it points inward to get the inner hamstrings. And then it points outward to get the outer hamstrings. Okay. If you relax the right leg, bend the knee again, put the sole of the foot on the floor, and with that outward rotation of the left leg, it'll be easier to place it for your final figure 4 half pigeon position. Press the thigh back. And when you're ready, turn it into a nice supine twist here. Ah. So guys, I'm going to close up with the students in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us today. You will take your favorite position for your final Shavasana. You can turn out the lights or put an eye covering over your face or your eyes. And take all the time you need for Shavasana. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock with Dima. My name is Amy, and I thank you so much for joining us and supporting us day after day. Namaste.